This is a rough one. I'm not gonna lie.
Brittany Cooper, she's known as Professor Crunk, Assistant Professor of Women's and Gender Studies and Africana Studies at Rutgers University. So you can tell she's definitely the creme de la creme of the scholars. She has some thoughts about white people.
I think that white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? You know, their thinking is so morally and spiritually bankrupt about power that they can't they fear viscerally, existentially letting go of power because they cannot imagine that there's another way to be. It is either that you dominate or you are dominated. And isn't it sad that is spiritually who they are and that they can't imagine a sort of more expansive notion of the world? The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out. But we can't say that, right? We can't say, I don't believe in a project of violence. I truly don't. Because I think in the end that our souls suffer from that. And
Nothing like saying, I don't believe in violence right after you say, we got to take these motherfuckers out. She had just let it, she was like, we got to take these motherfuckers out. And 2 seconds later, she's like, I'm not a violent one, though.
The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out. But we can't say that, right? We can't say, I don't believe in a project of violence. I truly don't.
I'm not one for violence. She had the energy, everything ready for it. That's aggressiveness. Him saying, if somebody responded in that poll and they didn't know if it's okay for me to have a big nose or dark skin, I'm probably going to stay away from them. That is a weak, passive position. That is a defensive position. I just want to stay away. That's all. I just want to stay to myself. You stay to yourself and we'll be good. That's all that is. Scott Adams, this is what started the internet's ablaze.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape.
So what is he getting canceled for? He's getting canceled for saying, you do you, I'll do me. That's now a statement that gets people canceled. Because they forcibly want you to join in their race-baiting, ass-beating of white people. So Scott Adams sees this is where this critical theory stuff is going. It's just a tongue lashing of these fake white people who let black people run them or pretend to let black women run them and give tongue lashings to white people. Scott Adams says, I'm good. I don't want any part of that. You do you, I'll go do me. And now he's canceled because he doesn't want to participate in this Maoism struggle session that we've had every day in our country for at least 3 years, going back to Trump amped up and even before that. He's the racist one. He's the one that's the racist. Have you seen any of the headlines in the news recently? Have you seen any of the headlines? Like what passes for media outlet stuff right now? I played the clip of Corinne Jean-Pierre talking about the diversity of the Biden administration.
I want to take the opportunity to lay out how diverse the president's cabinet has been, how diverse the president's administration has been. The cabinet is majority people of color for the first time in history. The cabinet is majority female for the first time in history. A majority of White House senior staff identify as female. 40% of White House senior staff identify as part of the racially diverse communities. And a record 7 assistants to the president are openly LGBTQ+. So again, this is something that the president prides himself on. That he actually has taken action to show the diversity of this administration.
She didn't mention white men. That's not a part of the divide. Like straight white men, that ain't part of it. that ain't a part of the celebration, okay? So Scott Adams is the one that's crazy. Let's look at some of the headlines. Abolishing whiteness has never been more urgent. Al Jazeera. The Root. Oh, what a mag this is. The Root. Their headline. Whiteness is a pandemic. March 17th, 2021. And we know, so there's a distinction. Whiteness doesn't necessarily mean white people. But why did they choose whiteness? Because they do want to go at straight white males. And then they want to incorporate people like me. That's why they just said whiteness. So I'm a victim of whiteness is what they wanted to do. Political. This is Newsweek, I believe. Do we really have to care about miserable white people? Sadly, yes, because they wield disproportionate political power. NBC News report. Too many whites. Men lead U.S. military. So we're looking at all these headlines. That's not it. I'm not done. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Let's continue to, these are real headlines. Let's continue on to some of the headlines that are the context for all of this stuff happening for Scott Adams to say, I just want to stay away. Didn't call for any violence or any action. It was very weak, very passive. Let's take a look at some of these other headlines. Why white guys shouldn't be writing native stories. Why I wouldn't see 12 Years a Slave with a white person. Did y'all see that video where the Asian woman was so annoying and every time she said the word white, she was like, white people. She said it like 100 times. It was one of the most annoying things I've ever seen in my life. She just kept, when she said white, she was literally spitting out.
Hi there, you must be new to my account. I say white to remind people that white supremacy is everywhere. Because in order for true equality to happen, white supremacy has to be dismantled. And a lot of people are not even aware of their use of whiteness unless someone like me points it out by calling it white. In your case, you as a white woman telling an Asian woman how to speak on her account is a pretty white privileged mindset. Because I would have never thought to go to your account and say, hey, your face is really annoying. You should change your profile photo. I would never say that to you. Like, that would have never crossed my mind. Like, who am I to tell you that? And you should have awareness of your actions. You as a white woman telling me how to speak is tone policing. And that's a behavior that's very common among white women. You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you. So that's why I say white, to raise your awareness, because it's so ingrained in you, you may not realize it. And maybe next time when you're about to do the very same thing, my annoying white will ring in your ear and stop you. So you're welcome.
It was on TikTok. That's a CCP app spreading white hate in America. And I go to the CCP app, I upload a video, and then they say, no, you can't. And then TikTok is very dystopian with their censorship. They say, no, you can't do that. I'm doing videos on American politics, uploading it to an app that many Americans use based in the CCP. I'm talking about American politics. The CCP says, nah, you can't do that video on Biden. It was doctored. Nothing was doctored about the video. I love that. I love this, man. This is so funny. That's why Dilbert had to do it. He was like, man, he had enough, man. People had enough. He doesn't care. He's going to lose a lot of money, but it is what it is. At some point, you got to speak out. Your life doesn't last forever. That money's not going with you wherever you go. White women told to stop the cultural appropriation of wearing hoop earrings because they are the result of oppression and exclusion of people of color. These are real headlines. Check your privilege. Clothes white people shouldn't wear. Vice. Want to heal yourself from toxic whiteness? This class can help. As a New Yorker, is it wrong for white people to wear cornrows? Blazing Saddles, a comedy about stupid white people, is on Netflix. Even white people being stupid is an affront to non or whatever the CRT fanatics are. How to plan a wedding as a white person without appropriating. Stupid white people this, white people that. The Oscars are too white again. Who cares how good you are at acting? Healing from Toxic Whiteness, the woman behind a course helping white people tackling internalized racism. 17 foods that white people have ruined. Befriending Becky on the imperative of intersectional solidarity. Racist white women, an American legacy. I mean, at what point are there not more Scott Adams and just be like, you know what, I've had enough? At what point does that happen? Everybody is so shook. I don't blame you. Can't get a job. Look at Scott. Scott got canceled from everywhere. If Scott Adams had said whiteness was evil, he would have got Yaz Queen by the same people. They would have been like, yes, Queen. Go, Queen. Go get him, Queen. They wouldn't call him King because that's so passe. If Scott Adams had put on a skirt, makeup, and a wig, the same people would have been like, yes, Queen. Oh, Scott Adams came out the closet. He takes a defensive stance, a passive stance against race-baiting aggressors.
The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out. But we can't say that, right? We can't say, I don't believe in a project of violence. I truly don't.
And he's the one that gets canceled. Welcome to your clown world.
It'll injure your spine. I'm not ill like walking in the projects with a nine. I'm ill like moving solid objects with a mind. I was designed by a scientific staff that studied metaphysics and math, trying to develop the perfect paragraph. I'm spitting raps that'll make your mother laugh, then travel over water and land like a hovercraft. Raise my staff like Moses, then open up the oceans to transparent walls of waves are exposing whales in motion, flowing while deadly tiger sharks are approaching, ready to rip them open.
We are absolutely getting dumber as a species.